If you have ever doubted that God truly answers prayer, I want to share with you a personal story from today that has really magnified that God does answer prayer. So I was at a hospital for my work, doing what I do. And in the middle of doing my job, all of a sudden there was on the same unit, the same floor, some man screaming about wanting people to call, and he named the name of my church, and then he named my name, and then he named another individual from my church. All of this happening in real time. I was a little stunned. And while I was working, I finished that work, puzzled by this whole situation. I thought, this is so weird. Why would this person, who I think is my person, be at this hospital right now, and what's going on? Finished up my job and decided to check in at the hospital. And sure enough, this was a man from my church who had been through a very traumatic car accident earlier this week. He has no family. He has no loved ones. He has no cell phone. So he had no one's phone number. And he had been praying to God to be released from the hospital. Now, because he had no one who could take care of him, he's going to need some supervision over the next 2 weeks for his injuries. They would not release him. And so he was out there screaming, remember to call these people. And I heard this call. I heard this. He had no idea I was standing right there. And I was able to connect with him, able to help open doors to get him the care he needs and be able to get him hopefully released from the hospital in the coming days. But it is not lost on me that of all the days I happened to be at this hospital, and out of the 4 different wings of this hospital, I was in this one. And on all the various floors, I was on this one. And of all the rooms, he was 2 rooms down from where I had been working. God had a divine appointment set. God heard this man's cries for help, and God answered. It tells us in Matthew 7, starting in verse 7, ask and it will be given to you. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. It goes on to tell us that if we know how to give good gifts, even though we're evil, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask of him? God does answer prayer. God hears us when no one else seems to listen. And God makes divine appointments happen so that things move forward. God is truly amazing. Something to remember when you feel like you're stuck. Blessings on you today.